Davon, Mama Day, welcome to the show. We've watched you for 3 seasons, and for 3 seasons, you've been nothing but raw, real, and respected. And honestly, if your fellow house guests felt a little bit nervous knowing they had to play against you this season, you can wear that like a badge of honor, all right? Heading into All Stars, what did you hope to accomplish for yourself, your close friends and family members, and for those watching for you and rooting for you to win the whole thing?
Oh, first of all, thank you. That was a lot. Thank you so much. That made me feel so good. Coming into this game, it wasn't for me. Like, granted, yes, you want to make it to the end, you want to get the 500,000. That's great. But it wasn't for me. It was more so for all of the people who have reached out to me over the years, discouraged to audition, discouraged to come in and play the game because they feel like the odds are against them. People of color, they feel like the odds are against them. And I just wanted to come in and say, hey, like, it's possible. It's gonna be hard, but it's not impossible. We can do it. And so in my mind, I had those voices and those letters. All of that stuff was in my mind while I was playing this game. And I wanted to provide hope. I wanted to provide hope. I wanted to use this platform to start conversations about things that are going on in the world, those hard topics that people try to sweep up under the rug. I wanted to pull them from up under the rug and make people have to have them. I wanted to, hopefully change people's mindsets and just cause some type of change to happen in this world to where we can possibly get on one accord one day, because the goal is not supposed to be division. And as long as there's no conversation, there will be division. I'm trying to help find a solution. So that was my hope coming in.
You and Bailey had a good thing going on early in this season. You had a rock solid alliance. Not the case with David. What was it that made it difficult for you two to work with him and trust him in this game? And after watching Nicole's goodbye message, when she revealed that it was her that voted Ian out and not David, what do you want to say to David and to Nicole next time you see them both?
So, yes, Bailey and I, rock solid. That's my girl through and through. We thought we was going black girl magic all the way to them final two chairs. And the beautiful thing about it is we genuinely did not care which one of us won. Like, there was no, oh, I have to win or she has to. It was none of that. It was, girl, one of us are going to make history this season and we're going to make this thing happen and we're going to do it for the culture. Okay. And so with David, though, not so much. I wanted to work with him, but very early on, he tried to sabotage my game with Cody and Tyler. And I'm just kind of like, what are you doing? Like, why are you sabotaging me? We're supposed to be on the same side. Like, you are my ally. Like, we are in an alliance. Me, you, and Bailey are in an alliance. So why are you sabotaging me? And it just, from that moment to the final, it never picked up. There were different things that happened within the house where he was actively sabotaging my game. And I'm like, David, we can't pick up and build trust if you keep trying to get me evicted. Even the week that we were have-nots, I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to try. I'm going to try to be this man's friend and get to know him and establish trust. And then the vote situation happened. And I felt like he played me like a fool. So after watching Nicole's goodbye message and learning that it was not David who flipped, it was in fact her, I'm extremely apologetic. And I'm grateful that before I left that house, I sat David down and I apologized to him thoroughly, through and through. So he knows that I am apologetic, and I hope that we can have a conversation and possibly be friends moving forward. But as far as Nicole, I'm struggling very hard finding out that she lied to me. Yeah, so maybe later on I'll be okay, but in this moment, as of right now, today, I'm definitely struggling with it.
So Tyler also came clean about the fact that he was in this little secret alliance in his goodbye message to you. He also, at one point earlier in the season, seemingly said that he was going to throw his game to either you or Bailey so one of you two could stay in the game. Did you take the majority of his words this season as genuine or purely, future jury management?
The thing about Tyler is I took everything he said to me with a grain of salt because I watched him play his season and I saw how he was all over the place and he was making people love him and then he was dropping them flat on their faces. And I didn't want to be that. I believe it was one time we were talking, I told him, I said, don't sand me. Like, don't sand me. And that was me letting him know, I see what you're doing. Don't do it to me. And so when he came to Bailey and I, and he said, I'm going to sacrifice myself and I believe in you guys and you guys are here for a greater cause. That's what started to bother me. Because first when he was talking about, I'm going to go home and you guys can stay, I was like, Tyler, get on. Ain't nobody about to sacrifice their game for nobody. I'm not going home for none of y'all. So I knew he was full of it. But then he made a statement where he said, I support the Black Lives Matter movement. I am an ally. I stand with you guys and I don't want to be here anyway. And so I'm going to make sure that you two can go further in the game so that you guys can be able to do what you came here to do for the movement. That's what made me believe him a little bit. So to find out that that was strategic and that was gameplay and he used the movement for the game, I have a major problem with that. There's no respect there, ever. There will never be a level of respect between me and Tyler for that piece right there.
I mean, I'm no fortune teller, but I'm pretty sure Christmas is not going to get a Christmas card from Davon anytime soon. Unless you guys have already hashed things out before you left the house. But listen, let's talk about that crazy blow up, that war of words between you and Christmas and Bailey. I mean, that was intense. What, if anything, you want to clear up about that situation? Because you know there are people who watched it and kind of went, what exactly happened? What really went down? So the floor is yours. What caused the sparks to fly?
So to be clear, the night that whole fight happened between myself, Bailey, and Christmas was drunk. Let's start there. Christmas was very much drunk. It was Labor Day. We had a Labor Day party and Christmas was drunk. Okay. She was definitely tizzing the season. And so she was feeling guilty about nominating Bailey and myself, because Bailey was supposed to be her friend. And Bailey had a lot of personal and a lot of game conversations with her. And so us being on the block together, Bailey and myself, we knew Christmas was being a puppet in that moment. That wasn't a Christmas move. She had no reason to nominate neither one of us. We had the roommate alliance. Like, it was no reason for us to be on the block. And so the excuse she gave about Bailey telling her I was her untouchable, foolishness. And we clocked that immediately. And so the guilt was eating away at Christmas. And on top of that, see, I wore a mask this season. Bailey did not. And so when Christmas nominated us, Bailey immediately started ignoring her. She started acting like Christmas did not exist. She wouldn't talk to her. She wouldn't look in her direction. Whenever Christmas would say something to her, Bailey would act like literally Christmas became Casper. Okay. She did not exist. And so that started to eat away. And because she could not get through to Bailey and could not have a conversation with Bailey, she tried to talk to me. And I kept telling her, hey, this is the conversation you need to have with Bailey. But she kept talking to me and I was like, okay, Christmas, let's talk. And so she kept trying to poke me and provoke me because Christmas is a Davon fan. Let's not forget that. And so she wanted to see season 17 Davon and season 18 Davon come to life. And I kept telling her, girl, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you get that from me. And so, that night happened. It was bad. It was terrible. But before I left that house, she made sure to sit me to the side and, she took accountability. She asked to have a moment of, how can I be educated? What is it that I can do to make sure that doesn't happen again? And, she just admitted that she made a lot of ignorant moves and a lot of ignorant statements. And, she wanted to do better. She wanted to do better. And so I'm going to have another conversation with her. If it was jury management, it didn't work. But I'm definitely open to having a conversation with her to educate her as a person. Absolutely.
You made it to Zingbot. That is a rite of passage, Dave. I mean, you got zinged pretty good, but listen, let's be real. Who do you think got zinged the best or the worst, whichever way you want to look at it? Because Zingbot was zinging left, right, and center.
Zingbot was showing out, okay? I knew that, Zingbot was going to be like, so I was nervous. I was like, oh, he going to get me for not winning comps. But I was like, hold on. I won the mini veto, so he can't say nothing. I got my mini veto. So he was going in. I do believe Christmas Sting was a little, because I don't think she knows she's annoying, whereas we all knew she was annoying. And so I was like, oh my God. And then there was Tyler's, and I was like, yep, you're calling him a liar. We know, Zingbot. We know. And so Zingbot is actually really good. And it's important to get to Zingbot because you find out your suspicions have been true all season. Zingbot comes in and spills tea. And so it was good to hear certain things. The Enzo about him being 40-something years old, still calling himself the Meow Meow. Let me tell you something. Zingbot, he was stung by that for a while. Like, he was stung by that for days. That didn't leave him. So you did your job this season. You did. And I'm going to win a show, by the way. You just wait on me.
If we're being honest here, you had one of the best final speeches of this season and one of the best final speeches this game has ever seen, using your platform to send a message. So I want you to take a minute or two and pass along some words of wisdom to the people who have seen you play this game. They love Mama Day, and they want to make an audition tape themselves, and they don't know exactly what to do to be chosen for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play this game and be selected as a house guest in a future season. So words of wisdom from Mama Day.
Wow. If I could give anyone advice, making your audition tape and wanting to come in and play this game that we love oh so much, be you. Authentically, unapologetically, be you. This is who I am. Take me as I am. And don't feel sorry about that. Don't feel bad about that. Come in, play this game with your whole heart. Play it with everything you got, because it's going to be hard. You're going to struggle. You're going to feel discouraged. There are times when you're going to want to pull all your hair out, or in my case, pull your wig off. It's going to be a rough battle, but do it. Do it. I promise you, it is the most interesting experience you will ever have. Some people come in and say it's the most fun I've ever had in my life. Some people say it was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Either way, this right here, this is an experience. And I would literally tell you, come in and give it everything you got. Because who knows? 21 winners, you could be the first face, and you could be the hope for those to come behind you. So let's see what happens.